I'd like for you to get settled into your seat, whether that's a meditative posture with a nice straight spine where you're sitting tall and your shoulders are stacked, or if you prefer to lie down and close your eyes and place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, someplace where you can get quiet, someplace where you can start to cycle through those inhales and exhales. And then I want you to come back to your face. Whether you're seated or lying down, soften your eyes right there in their sockets. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Feel your cheeks release. And then notice your jaw, if your teeth are clenched. And then play with the corners of your lips. Take them up and let them relax. Take them up a little bit again. Let them relax. And just soften. Take another full breath in and another full breath out. I'll start reading in just a few minutes. You guys just keep coming back and forth into your inhales and your exhales and come right back up into your face every time. Softening. Turning the corners of your lips up just a touch. And softening. Let that breath move through you as it settles into your shoulders. And whether you're seated or lying down, you can truly draw the shoulder blades down, whether they connect deeper into your mat or you just feel your shoulder blades go down the back of your body. Let them melt. Take another full breath in as you breathe into the low belly. With a nice slow exhale out. Come back to your face. Soften your eyes. Let go of any tension in your jaw. Let your tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Keep breathing. Again, everything is an ebb and a flow. Ideally, we would like everything to go smoothly. Wouldn't life be great, after all, if we were on a roll and never had to worry about the impediments of our progress? But there's a secret to progress, and that's being able to accept the rhythm of the universe, that natural flow. Flow is a time of action and visible productivity. Ebbing away signals a decrease in that active energy and a time to retreat and incubate. Ebb and flow corresponds to the symbol of the two complementary energies of the universe, that yin and yang, the receptive or creative. One is not negative and the other positive. They just are. And each has an appropriate time under heaven. For instance, in times of decreased energy and activity, it may look as though we're not being productive, but in fact, we may be even more productive on a different level. Allow yourselves to rest and rejuvenate, and that helps us to forge a deeper connection. Sometimes we have to get quiet in order to hear things more clearly. So as we reflect upon situations of ebb and flow in our lives, and there are days when you just can't seem to get anything done, don't try. If it's at all possible, relax, rest, and let the thoughts and ideas come to you. Realize that the energy of ebb is just as valuable in its own way as the energy of flow, and then get into it. Let's work with and not against the natural rhythm of the universe. And I'm sure that can probably bring up some overwhelming feelings right now, but honestly, I am really focused today, just this morning, right now, on softening my face, releasing my shoulders, coming back to my inhales and my exhales, and just smiling a little bit more, breathing a little bit deeper. There's another name for this ebb and flow, this yin and yang. It's called balance. So welcome to your morning flow. Happy April 1st. Take another full breath in wherever you are, deepening the breath, pausing, and then open your mouths and just let it all go. And keep coming back to the softness that you can bring into your face. Softening the eyes, releasing the tension in your jaw, and maybe turning the corners of your mouth up just a little bit. No one will see you. You can just breathe and smile. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. If you're lying on your backs, please bring your knees in and roll to the right. Come on up to your seat. If you're on your seat, sit a little bit taller, pull into the low belly. And then everybody together, take a full breath in, sweep the arms up, feel the shoulders go up, maybe look up, eyes go up, and then exhale, bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. And you're going to listen to your bodies this morning and move and breathe as you need to, and whether or not you're sitting and listening with your coffee or you're actively going through the practice, you do what you need to do. Just keep coming back to that face and softening it up and remembering it's just a nice Wednesday morning. You've got nothing else to do for the next 60 minutes except breathe with me. Take another breath in, sweep the arms up. We're going to twist to the left. Draw that left shoulder back, bring the right shoulder forward. Feel the crown of the head lift a little bit more. Take another full breath in for length, and then exhale just a little bit more into the twist. And then with your next breath, come back up to center, bring the hands up high. Exhaling, go the other direction. Draw the right shoulder back, bring the left shoulder forward. Sit tall, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. And then inhale, come back to center, lift up, look up, take a little bit of a back bend here, and then bring your hands right back to your heart space. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. So from here, from your seat, let's come up onto the knees, and you can grab a blanket or a towel or whatever you need. If you need a little bit of extra cushion, if you are on your yoga mat, just roll it over, and that can be enough to soften the pressure on the knees. And staying on your knees, staying stacked nice and tall, hips over knees, shoulders over hips, crown of the head reaching toward the ceiling. Take another big breath in, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring them to your heart space. Take your right leg out to the side and point the toes forward. Make that leg nice and long. Sweeping up again, take the hands high, and on an exhale, take the right hand over toward the left leg. Let it slide down, reaching the left fingertips toward that right side, stretching out the left side body. Draw the left shoulder back, take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then inhaling, come back up, keep the arms wide, draw the shoulders back, go the other side, let the left fingertips come to the ground, stretch those right fingertips all the way over to the left. Draw the right shoulder back and really feel the stretch from the ankle through the hip, through the side bodies, right out the armpit and the fingertips. Keep your palm facing down. Take a full breath in, sweep back up, use your core, pause in the center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring them back out. And then we'll go the other way again. Take a full breath in and exhale, lean toward the right. Inhale, come back up. Pause. Exhale, left hand down. Sweep the right fingertips over. Really pull and stretch through the side bodies, opening things up. Pause and breathe. Bring your hands back to your hips. Reset the knees underneath your shoulders, and then we'll go into the other side. So take the left foot out, point the toes forward, take a full breath in, sweep the arms up. Take a big breath in and then bring the arms out, palms down. And then with your next breath, take the left hand out over the left leg. Go nice and slow, keeping the right shoulder back, taking the right arm right over. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhaling, come back and pause. Drop your shoulders. And then let the right hand go down. Take the left hand over toward the right side. Keep drawing that left shoulder back. Maybe you look up toward the ceiling. Find the stretch through the hip and the side bodies. And then with your breath and your core, come on back up to center and pause. Take a full breath in, sweep up. Take a little bitty back bend here. Exhale the hands back out. And we'll do one more side each way. So left hand down. Right hand comes over. Soften your face. Look up. Come on back to center and pause. And then go the other side. Right hand comes to the ground, left hand goes over. Keep drawing that left shoulder back. Take a full breath in. Using your core, come on back up to center. Awesome. Bring your knees back in underneath you. Take a nice deep breath in, taking the hands up. Bring them back to your heart space. Now, pause here. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling that just a tiniest bit in my shoulders. That's probably because I'm not moving anywhere near as much as I used to be moving before we were all housebound. And that's okay. So it just makes me more aware of what I want to pay attention to. So with your next breath, inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. Reverse it. Inhale, take them back and up. Exhale, bring them forward and down. With your next breath, take your right ear to the right shoulder. You can place the hand gently on top of the head. You do not need to pull. Draw those left fingertips closer to the ground, stretching out the side of your neck. Breathe deep. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then let go. Bring the head back up. Pause and breathe. With an inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up. And then exhale, down and back. And then pause and reverse that. Take them back and up. Big breath in. Exhale, forward and down. Now take the left ear to the left shoulder and pause. Sometimes this is just enough. And necks are sensitive, so we're not pulling. We're just letting the gravity of the hand rest on the crown of the head. You can take the right fingertips and reach for the ground. You'll feel a nice stretch down the right side of your neck. Just keep breathing. Pull into the low belly. Maybe again, come back to your face. Soften your eyes. Nothing to see. You're breathing. Maybe the corners of your lips turn up just a little bit. And with your next breath, let go. Come back to center. One more time with the shoulders. Inhale, bring them forward and up. Exhale, down and back. Reverse that. Back and up. And then forward and down. Pause and breathe. Sweep the arms up once again. Exhale, bring them down. Walk your hands out in front of you. Good morning. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read your comments. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Let's come into your first downward dog of the day. At least I'm thinking it's your first downward dog of the day. Okay, so your feet are hip distance apart, out long behind you. Your hands are shoulder width apart. And your hips are nice and high. So hear those snap, crackle, pops. I guess that's better than a bird in the chimney. Take a full breath in, lifting up to the toes. Exhale, let the heels release. Really press down behind the index knuckle and the thumb pad. Pull in through the low belly, shifting the hips up even more. And then shake your head yes and no. Pausing with your ears right between your biceps. Really push back through the legs. And then take a full breath in, come on up to your toes, glide forward into plank. And you'll know you're in plank because your ankles, hips, and shoulders are all in line. Crown of the head is going toward the side of the room. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. And you still may be feeling shifts in your body as things snap, crackle, and pop. You're just creating some space and some movement. So don't be shy. When you need to move, you move. If it's too much, then soften and just pause in the moment. Take another full breath in, rise up onto your toes. Exhale, glide forward into plank. Pause in your plank, again, pulling into the low bellies. Don't let your thighs sag. You're lifting, 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 and then exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. Take another deep breath in. Open your mouth side all out. And again, moving your head right to left. Soften your eyes. Maybe turn the corners of your lips up. Give yourself a little smile, knowing that this ebb and flow of the practice is doing something really good for you mentally, emotionally, and physically. So take another full breath in and a slow breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Look forward. On your exhale, walk your feet up right between your hands. Set your feet so the outside edges are parallel to one another. And with the next breath, draw your shoulders forward, crown of the head forward for a halfway lift and pause. Stay right here. We're going to ebb and flow through some sun A's. So in your halfway lift, your fingers can be pressed against your thighs. You can have your hands alongside your hips, palms facing each other. If you feel like you're rounding, draw the shoulders back like you're squeezing a tennis ball. Pull in through the low belly. And remember, the back of your head is part of your spine, so let that be an extension. Taking a full breath in, soften your knees, and then exhale, forward fold. So we're going to create that a few more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel like your hips are going to the back of the room and the crown of your head is going forward. Draw those shoulders back so you're opening up across your collarbones. Even though gravity wants to pull you down, You resist that and you pull back. And then exhale, forward fold. 2 more halfway lifts. Inhaling, draw the heart forward, let the spine get long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling again, halfway lift, last one. And then exhale, forward fold. With your next breath, rise to stand, lift the arms up, let the shoulders go with you, maybe look up and take a back bend. Exhale your hands right to your heart space. Take a nice deep breath in, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank. Stay high on your toes, again lifting through the thighs and the low belly. And so now we can choose. You can either take your knees down for the modified plank, bending your elbows close to your side bodies, lower all the way down. When you're flat on your mat, untuck your toes. Using the tops of your feet, start the energy flow from there. Let it go through your entire body. And then you draw your shoulders back just a little bit for a cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Come on back into down dog. So this was part of the flow. It's called a flow for a reason. We're using our breath and we're moving from place to place. When you need to ebb, when you need to back off this flow, you can go to child's pose or come back to a meditative seat. Close your eyes, go sit in the chair and watch with your coffee cup for a few breaths. But don't be afraid to get right back into this and flow and move and breathe, because you're creating some nice internal heat and you're changing your body and your brain chemistry. We all need a little bit of that without the glass of wine at night. Shh. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. We'll go through a couple more sonets. Ready? Inhale up to your toes. Look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right up between your hands. Set your feet. Take a full breath in for that halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Sweep the arms up. You're welcome to take a little bitty back bend here. Nice and slow, forward fold. Lead with the heart. Hands come down through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the shoulders back. Really open up through the collarbones. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet back out to plank and pause. So I always ask you to pause in your plank because I really want you to pay attention to the alignment of this pose. It's such a strength builder. But if you're letting things sag and you're not pulling everything into center and using some muscle engagement, it can cause more problems than not. So pause here. If it's too much, take the knees down. You're still getting the upper body work. Exhale as you lower down. Keep your elbows tucked in nice and close to your side bodies. Press down through the tops of your feet as you inhale for cobra. Nice and slow and small. And then exhale, release, walk your feet, or walk your hips back up and go back into down dog. Hi, Darlene. Don't look, but I cut my bangs. Shh. I love you. Okay, take another deep breath in and another breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet back up between your hands. Again, setting your feet. Take a full breath for that halfway lift. There's a nice, beautiful flow. Exhale, forward fold. Pause. It's your ebb. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach the arms up. Little bitty back bend. Exhale, nice and slow, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Take a full breath in plank and then again. This part of the flow is completely up to you. You can keep the knees up or down. You can skip it all together and go right back to downward facing dog. Or if it's time to just rest and breathe, go to child's pose. Big toes touch, take the knees wide, sit the hips back. Such a grounding and safe feeling pose. You get to reconnect with your breath. It's the ebb that gives back. So let yourself be refueled, be re-energized, so you can jump back in when you're ready. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. I'm going to do a little bit more with you, so if you are just watching and you want to try some of these things but you're not sure, you can follow along with me. Take a full breath in your down dog and a full breath out. Inhale, sweep that right leg up nice and high. Let the left heel descend, stretch out the back side of the left leg, push down through both hands, and then look forward. Take another breath in on your exhale. Bring that right foot forward. Keep drawing up through center. Plant the foot. Feet are in two separate lanes, and then with a nice strong inhale, rise up into crescent. So you're going to stay high on your left toes, pressing through the left thigh. Hips are squared toward the front of the room or the wall, whichever direction you're in. Bend a little bit deeper into that right knee. This will start to wake up your legs. You're stretching out that left hip flexor. You can keep your hands in your back pockets, helping to tuck the tailbone down, which encourages you to pull in through the low belly, keeping your shoulders stacked over your hips. Take a full breath in. If your arms are not already extended, sweep up, look up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Take that left arm forward and the right arm back and twist to the right. Open up that left hand. You're going to sweep up nice and slow. The right hand finds the back of the left thigh. Take a full breath in. Exhale. Take the hand down to the floor or a block. Right hand sweeps up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring the right hand down. Take the right foot back to meet the left. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then decide if you're going to lower that down and rinse it off, flowing through the motions, coupled with the breath, or go right back into downward facing dog. And then pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then luckily we have two sides, so we get to do everything twice, right? So take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you. Let the right heel lower just a little bit. Pull into the low belly. Take one more breath in, and then on your exhale, bring that foot forward. Keep lifting through the core. Plant it up by your left thumb, using your hands if necessary. Take a full breath in as you rise up into crescent here. Now I'm pausing with my hands on my hips because I want to just make sure that my legs are in good posture so they hold me up. Stay high on the right toes, bend a little bit deeper into the left knee, and then press back through that right thigh. Take a full breath in as you sweep the arms up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Breathing into that right hip flexor. It's really talking to me this morning. And then with your next breath, take the right arm forward and the left arm back, and you twist open, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Stay bent in that left knee. Open up the right hand, sweep it up. Let the left hand find the right thigh. Take a full breath in. And then on your exhale, cartwheel the hand down to the floor or a block. Sweep that left hand up nice and high. Take another full breath in. Bring the left hand down. Take the left foot back to meet the right. Pause in your plank. And then again, you decide. Are you going to flow or ebb? Take a full breath in and a full breath out. I think part of the reason that it's going to be a good day, at least for me, and I hope it translates to you, is that the sun's out. Can you see that? Look over there. Everybody take a quick peek. Look, sunshine. And a squeaky turntable. Take a full breath in your down dog and a full breath out. With your next breath, inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring it forward again, planting it by your right thumb. And then with your breath, rise high for crescent again. So maybe your shoulders are talking to you more than you'd like this morning. I really want you to focus on your legs. So bring your hands to your hips. Bend as deeply into that right knee as you can, keeping your feet in two separate lanes. Stay high on the left toes of that left foot. Good morning, Ted Sykes. It's nice to see you. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. From here, bring the hands right behind you and interlace the knuckles. Draw them down toward the earth, really lifting up through the heart. Again, soften your face. Sometimes when we get into these poses and they're challenging, we work too hard and our brows furrow and we squeeze our eyes tight. Soften. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, I want you to start to hinge forward, taking that right shoulder inside the right knee. So you're lifting up first and then breathing forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pause and breathe. Figure out where your shoulders are. Are you rounding and caving forward? Use your breath to inhale the shoulders back. Let the hands draw your heart forward. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to straighten that right leg. So push off the left foot, coming into warrior three with your hands behind your back. Keep the left toes pointed down and see if you can drop that left hip point down. If you fall out of this balancing pose, that's fine. It's part of the ebb and the flow. We breathe into a pose and pause, and whether we can hold it or not doesn't matter. It's the forward motion. Take a big breath in, and then let the left foot come down to meet the right. Release the hands, sweep up nice and tall. Take a full breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank and decide how you're going to flow and move. Take a full breath in and a full breath out wherever you go, wherever you pause. Continue to anchor back into that inhale and the exhale. Big breath in, big breath out. Back in down dog. Again, you can always pedal out your feet. Bend both knees, bringing your shins parallel to the mat, and then with a breath, really straighten the legs, tipping the hips up as high as they'll go. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, push that left leg out long behind you, pushing through the heel. Get nice and long, and then with your exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your left thumb. And again, we're going to set the feet and work on the legs. So bring your hands right to your hips. Keep your feet in two separate lanes. Stay high on the right toe so you can bend nice and deep into that left knee. It stays stacked right over the ankle, so don't let it go past. Press back through the right thigh. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Pause and breathe. Decide how this feels in your shoulders. Sometimes dropping those elbows is just enough to remind you to lift the heart. Maybe lift your gaze. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace them the way that it feels wrong or strange. Draw the knuckles down, lift the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep pulling into the low belly and then start to hinge forward, bringing that left shoulder on the inside of the left knee. Stay strong through that right leg, high on the toes. And again, if you feel like you're sagging and sinking, breathe into your back. Pull up through the shoulders. Let the fingers draw to the back of the room so your heart can go forward, and so can the crown of your head. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then from here again, we'll come into warrior three with hands bound. Start to push off that right foot, straightening the left leg. Lifting the heel so the toes stay pointed down. Drop that right hip bone. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then nice and slow, bring the right foot down to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand. Bring your hands back down in a forward fold. And then toe heel your feet apart. Take them to the edges of your mat. Let your hands find opposite elbows. Release the head. This is ragdoll. Another place to ebb, to come back to your breath, to release any tension in your low back. You can sway a little bit right to left here. And you know, you're never going to fold completely in half. You're never going to really get to do some of these things that you think that you should. And maybe I shouldn't even say never, but I think with practice, your body releases and you get to maybe fold a little bit deeper than you ever thought you could. It's a practice. That's all we can do is practice and breathe. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let your hands release, come back to the earth. Toe heel your feet back in underneath your hip points. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank and again, choose. Keep those elbows close into your side bodies as you lower down. And whether your knees are up or down, it doesn't make any difference. When you lower down, untuck your toes and then draw that energy through your body, right out the crown of your head as you lift the shoulders for cobra. If you're feeling nice and strong and you want to straighten out those arms and float the thighs coming into up dog. Do it. Pay attention to what your body is calling for. You don't have to do anything I tell you. I tell you that in the studio. I'll tell you that here. So breathe. That's it. I want you to breathe. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. So inhale up to your toes. Look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet right up in between your hands. Again, set your feet. They're hip distance apart. Outside edges are parallel. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Draw the shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Take a full breath in as you rise up to stand. And this time we're going to sit our hips back for chair on your exhale. So sitting your hips back, you're going to be able to look down and see your toes. So if your knees are too far forward, draw them back, taking your hips back just like there's a chair behind you. Pull in through the low belly, tucking your tail so you can protect your low back. And then pause and breathe. And you can keep your hands on your thighs if you'd like. At your hip creases to remind you to draw them back. You can bring them up to your heart space and press the right hand into the left, drawing the shoulders open, shining the heart forward. Or you can take them into the full expression by lifting the arms up to frame your head. Take a full breath in your chair and a full breath out. And because we're pausing here, sometimes we tend to get tight. So soften. You can still be in a very strong chair here with a soft face. So relax your eyes. Release the tension in your jaw. If your shoulders start to ache, bring your hands back to your heart space. If you want a little bit more, come to your toes. Close your eyes. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, straighten the legs, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive right over yourself. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, walk your feet back out to plank and pause in your plank. This time before you lower though, let's come into side plank. So if you want to modify that and take the right knee down like I'm going to, you put the right knee right underneath the hip, take the left foot out long behind you, toes pointed, perpendicular, and then take the left hand up nice and high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now if you're in the full expression of this and you have both feet out behind you and you're doing this, breathe in, lift up, lift the hips, just like there was a belt or strap around you pulling you up toward the ceiling. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring the left hand down, shift the hips up high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, glide forward, come back into plank. Shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Take a full breath in and then either take the left knee down or roll to the outside of the left foot. Again, lifting up. And you can take as many breaths here as you want. You're still pulling up through the low belly and the hips. You could lift the top leg, take the hand forward. Where can you find a nice big open stretch? Take a full breath in. Exhale, place the hand down, come back to the toes, lift the hips up nice and high. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. How's your down dog feeling now? A little bit more space, a little bit more strength. Maybe you're a little bit warmer from the heat of your breath. Pause and appreciate right where you are. Soften your face. Maybe turn up the corners, the outside edges of your lips. A little smile. Can't do anything wrong, but it can sure do a lot inside. So be really, really proud of yourself because you're taking this time to breathe and move and stay focused right here in this moment. The sun is shining. It's the first of a month. We're all doing our own internal countdowns. And that's okay, but there has to be a balance. There has to be a yin and a yang. So we're just pausing this morning to take some nice deep breaths, to remember it's okay to smile, and we breathe and we move accordingly. Okay, from your down dog, big breath in, take that right leg out long behind you, push through the heel, get really long, and on your exhale, bring the foot forward, keep lifting through the core, lifting up, plant the right foot by the right thumb. You can use your hands to get it up there. You want your feet as far apart as you can get them. So then when you lift up for crescent, That right knee stays stacked over the ankle, and you stay high on the left toes of that left foot. That made sense, right? Take a nice deep breath in. Sweep the arms up tall if they're not already there. Little bitty back bend. And then with your next breath, swivel the back foot down. Open up your arms. Come into Warrior Two. So the legs in Warrior Two are just as strong as they are in Crescent. The right knee is still tracking over that right ankle, but now the left toes are pointed 90 degrees. Keep drawing this left thigh bone back. When you do that, sometimes the right knee caves in. Open it up. Draw it open. You're opening up through the hips here. This is a big pose. Just take a nice deep breath in. Extend the arms. Look out over the middle finger of your right hand and just breathe here for a minute. Bend a little deeper into that right knee. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Flip the right hand. Stretch up. Reach back. And then come on back into your Warrior Two. Straighten the right leg, turn the toes, bring your hands to your hips. You can readjust your feet as you need, bringing them in, and then turn the toes out. With your next breath, start to bend the knees out over the toes. Let your tailbone go straight down. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then with your breath, inhale, sweep the arms up, drop the elbows down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Right elbow to right knee. Stretch out. Take the left fingertips to the side, just like we did in the early part of this practice. Big breath in, come back to center. Straighten the legs, lift the arms up. Full breath in, soften the face. This is your ebb. And then we'll flow. So flow back down into Goddess. Pause and breathe. Keep drawing the shoulders back. Take the left elbow to the left knee. Draw the right shoulder back. And then take the hand forward. Stretch out. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come on back to Goddess. Straighten the legs. Lift the arms up. Pause. Soften the face. And then bring the arms back out. Reset the feet, left toes pointed to the side, right toes pointed forward. Rebend into that knee and pause back into your Warrior Two. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Flip the right hand, rinse it off. Reach back, exhale, cartwheel the hand down. Frame the foot, come to the left toes and pause. Walk the right foot over just a touch, keeping the left hand down. Sweep the right hand high. Keep breathing into that left thigh. Bring the right hand down. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Pause in your plank and then rinse it off any way you'd like, or skip it and go right back to downward facing dog. I feel like this morning is flying by. Maybe that's because we're smiling more or breathing more. I'm breathing. I can hear it. Can you hear it? Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. We've got another side to do, and then we'll move into the floor, and we'll move on to the floor and work through some leg work and some core work. I know your favorite. Take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward using your hands if necessary, planted by your left thumb. Take a full breath in as you come up strong into crescent and pause. Be sure that the left knee is right over the left ankle and you're staying high on the right toes. And then with your next breath, we're going to open that up into Warrior Two. So swivel the heel of the right foot down, open up the arms and look over the middle finger of the left hand. Get focused. These pauses as we move into a pose can be your ebb, can be your yang, where you breathe and you pay attention to where you are. And I want that to include your face. So soften your eyes. Turn the corners of your mouth up just a little bit. You're taking care of you. We're just breathing and holding these poses. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. From your Warrior Two, flip the left hand, sweep it up. Exhale back into Warrior Two, and then straighten that left leg. Again, turning the toes both in the same direction, walking the heels in if you'd like, bringing your hands to your waist. This time, keep the outside edges of your feet parallel so the feet are staying pointed forward. Take a nice deep breath in, filling up, 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 and then exhale, forward fold right over your legs. Taking a wide-legged forward fold. Let your head release. And you could walk your feet out a little bit more if you need more space. I would like your hands to be grounded to something, so whether they make it to the earth or you have blocks, take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. So from here, bring your hands to your hips, start to lift up, and then we're going to come into skater's lunge. So just turn the toes out just a little bit, not too much. Start to bend into that left knee, straightening, keeping the left leg straight. I'm sorry, the right leg straight. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. You can take your heart forward and your hips back. You feel it in your inside thigh. Take a nice deep breath in, straighten the leg, and then bend into the right, keeping the left leg straight. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And inhaling, come back up. One more time on each side. Stretch into that left leg. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come back up, and then one last time. Keep pushing out on the outside edge of that left foot, stretching out the inside of the left thigh. Big breath in, come back up, reach the hands down. And then nice and slow, come on back up, hands to hips, lift yourself up. Turn the left toes so they're straight again. Keeping the right toes pointed 90 degrees the other way, and then rebend into that knee. Pause and breathe, let your shoulders release, and soften your face. You've got it. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Keep drawing the right thigh bone back. Flip the left hand, sweep up, reach back, and then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, come to the right toes and pause. Keep the right hand down, sweep the left hand high. Take a full breath in, and then bring the left hand down. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You move and go back to where you need to go. And we'll meet back in down dog one last time. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And maybe this has been enough for you and you need to recapture your breath. So that's where you ebb. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And you can come back to your seat or go into child's pose. But everybody else, lift up to your toes. Bring your feet forward right between your hands and come to sit down on your mat. Take your legs out long in front of you. Give them a little bitty shake. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And sit tall. Pull your shoulders back. Let the crown of your head lift and just pause. Keeping some softness behind your knees. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Bend your knees. Bringing your feet flat to the mat. And then we're going to come into boat. So lift them up, or you can keep them down. You can take your hands behind you so you can stay lifted through the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep squeezing the knees together like there's a block between them. If your hands are behind the legs, that's fine. Again, draw the shoulders back, lift through the heart. Pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then nice and slow, push out through the heels. Start to lower. Maybe you start to shake. Keep lifted through the heart. One more breath in, and then exhale, release that. Come all the way down to the ground. Take your arms up overhead, stretching long, full body stretch. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bring your hands down by your sides, and then draw the knees into the chest one at a time. Wrap your arms around the knees, the shins, and give yourself a great big hug. You can rock a little bit right to left here. And then pause, keeping your knees bent. Bring the hands back down on the ground by your sides, palms down. Then nice and slow, push one heel up to the ceiling at a time. Extending the legs long, keeping a little bit of a slight bend behind your knees. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. We're going to start to lower both heels to the mat. If it's better for you to place your hands underneath your hips, you can do that. Take a full breath in, lower a third of the way. With your breath, inhale, bring them back up. Pause and breathe. With your next breath, lower them down 2/3 of the way. Keep your feet flexed. With your breath, bring the legs back up. You can also do this one leg at a time if it's too much in your low back. So pay attention to what you're feeling. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Start to lower your heels to a hover. Keep pushing out through the heels. Feet are flexed. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then with your next breath, bring both legs up. Bend the knees, bring them back into the chest. Give yourself a hug. We're going to do that one more time. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Start to push each heel up toward the ceiling. Stretch out the legs, again, keeping some softness behind the knees. With breath, lower the legs a third of the way. Use your breath to pull them back up. Pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Start to lower your heels 2/3 of the way. One more breath in. Bring the legs back up. Pause and breathe. Okay, last time. Big breath in, lower the heels. Let them come to a hover. Pull into the low belly. Take a full breath in and now release. Just let the heels reconnect with the earth. Take your hands away from your side bodies just for a breath. Pause and breathe. How's your face? Soften it up. Really feel the eyeballs release and relax. As you breathe in, feel your cheeks soften. And again, maybe the corners of your mouth turn up so you can have a little bitty smile working. Take another breath in and another breath out. Sometimes those little bitty smiles are just enough. So from here, we're going to bend the knees, bring the heels in nice and close to your sit bones. We're going to take 2 bridges. They're good for your central nervous system, and they also bring a little bit of energy. So as long as we've got some sun shining this morning, maybe when you're done with practice, you go outside, take a walk to the mailbox, or just walk around the house, collect some of that good old-fashioned vitamin D. Take a full breath in as you push down through your heels. Start to lift your hips up. You can walk your arm bones in underneath you, interlacing your fingers so you're resting on the backs of your arms, the back of your head, and the soles of your feet. Keep breathing in like there's a belt wrapped around your hips, lifting you, lifting you, lifting you. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Just pause, soften the face, because remember, when we're holding poses and we're clenching, sometimes that means we clench everything. So soften your glutes, soften your face, breathe fully, exhale completely. And then with your next breath, come on up to your toes. Bring your arms up overhead and nice and slow, lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Go really slow. And then when your hips reconnect, ground your heels, bring your arms back down by your side bodies. Take another full breath in, push down through your heels, lift your hips. Last bridge. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, if you want to walk those arm bones in underneath you, interlacing your hands beneath your low back, you can do that. Just keep breathing, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. All right, come on up to your toes, arms overhead. Once again, lower down nice and slow, 1 vertebrae at a time. When your hips reconnect, ground your heels. Bring your arms down by your sides. And then bring your knees back in for another hug, because we can all use more hugs than what we're getting these days. I have 2 baby pillows that I've slept with my entire life. And I'm grateful for those, because that's what I hug when I'm just really needing to hunker down and be quiet. But I'm also looking for opportunities to be adventurous, whether that means going for walks or trying other people's yoga classes. We have to keep pushing ourselves a little bit. Again, that's that ebb and flow. It's great to sit on the couch and take naps and read books. I mean, there's not a whole lot to do right now, but I mean, this is, of course, as if you're not working and not chasing little children. But I definitely struggle with sitting on the couch and being sad and lonely and bored versus what can I do today? So that ebb and flow, that yin and yang, we do what we got to do. All right, I probably left you in a hug for too long. Is that possible? Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Extend your legs out nice and long. Let your feet splay open. No muscle engagement. You can feel the entire leg unit just rotate right out of the hip. And then take your arms by your sides, not too wide, maybe 45 degrees away from your side bodies, palms up. Take a full breath in, sigh it all out. Soften your face, soften your eyes, turn the corners of your mouth up just a little bit because you're heading into a luscious Shavasana. Healing from the inside out. Enough is enough. And you just get to be. So take one more full breath in. Sigh it all out. Let your head rock back and forth. And then when you pause with the back of your head on the mat, try to bring your chin just a little bit closer to your chest. One more breath in. One more breath out. Yeah, it takes a little bit to really set up your Shavasana, to get exactly where you need to be. So don't be afraid that if you're fidgeting, you're doing something wrong. You're allowing your body to come into the most optimal space for your Shavasana. If you have something to cover up your eyes with, I recommend that. Helps keep them soft so you're not clenching them. Take one more breath in. And a slow breath out. When Shavasana is over, I'll ring the bells to bring you out. Start to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement into your fingers and your toes. And then please gently draw your knees into your chest one at a time, pressing your low back into the floor. And after you give yourself another hug, roll to the right and pause there. And then using your hands, push yourself up to a seat. Come back to where you started. And I'm going to close practice with this poem that I love. It's by David White and it's called Enough. Enough. These few words are enough. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, then sitting here. This opening to the life that we have refused again and again. Until now. Until now. Thanks for joining me this morning. I hope that you ebbed and flowed a little bit more than you might have without a yoga practice to come to. Get outside and enjoy the sunshine. And remember, it's perfectly fine to sit and be still. You balance that out with a little bit of movement, and a little bit of breath. And for goodness sake, turn the corners of your lips up. I promise you'll feel better. Just a little bit. Okay, I'll see you Friday. Flow and restore, or actually more restore and flow, because I think restorative poses are so important right now. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, you'll find Rachel. Later this afternoon, you'll find Caitlin. Check out the Mind Body website or go to the Balance page so you can find who's teaching when if you don't know it already. We're happy to have you anytime. If you're also inclined to purchase a virtual pass, they're only $8, but being on Facebook Live, all this stuff is free. We just want to make sure you all have the opportunity to get on your mat, to stay connected to your breath so you can ebb and flow the way you need to. Have a great, great April 1st. Be nice to each other.